you guys? Makeup Janelle here. I'm not Makeup Janelle anymore. It's just, which I am. Let me say that. I am still Makeup Janelle, but I am Mrs. J. Iverson. Wow. So a lot has happened since I've been on here. It's probably been about maybe a year, a little over a year. Probably a little over a year. I don't think it's been 2 years. I don't think so, but it's been a while since I have uploaded a YouTube video, and my whole life has completely just turned, my whole life is just completely different now. This video would just be a brief introduction into what the past 365 days of my life has been like, because it's been transformative, and I feel that it's only gonna the transformation and the adjusting, and it's all going to just keep going, and I have to get used to it. I definitely have to get used to it. So the main question that I get is, oh my god, how did you meet your husband? Or girl, like, what'd you do to find your husband? Like, what'd you do to find your husband? So, and that's really what this video is kind of going to be about. Just a brief introduction on how we met and just how everything kind of flowed, because the last time I was on here, I was very overwhelmed with dating. I stopped dating for at least 6 months prior to meeting my husband. I was just over it. I was in a place in my life where I was tired of trying to figure things out by myself. Tired of taking advice from social media, from friends, not saying, even family members, not saying people were giving me bad advice. It's just people don't know what they don't know. They're just going based off of their own experiences and their beliefs and what they think, which is fine. But I was over it. I was over trying to figure out life for myself, so I stopped dating. And yeah, we're just gonna get into it. I hope, did you guys like my new, I've completely changed my YouTube banner, which I absolutely love. I feel like I'm morphing into the woman that God has always wanted me to be, and it's really crazy. So let's get into it. Half of my face is already done because I'm kind of in a rush. I only have 45 minutes to film this. So I'm about to pop these lashes on, and I'm trying a few new products, and I'm really excited. Okay, let's try to pop these lashes on, shall we? I may have to bring my mirror closer, but we're here. Okay, so of course the biggest question, these lashes look like they're too long. The biggest question I get is, how did me and my husband meet? And he slid into my DMs, y'all. Yes, he slid into my DMs. And the crazy part is, after I get this lash on, the crazy part is, I was like, who is this? It was so random. It was just extremely random. I was like, who is this man that keeps DMing me? And he was so sweet. He was just like, you know, I think you're so beautiful. I love your content. And I was just like, you know, thank you. But here's the kicker, you guys. So my biggest deal breaker was kids. I never wanted to date a man with kids, right? I just didn't want to. I always felt like what can I do with a man with kids? Your biggest priority is your kids. Where am I gonna fit in? And girl, he had not one, not two, but 3 of them. I immediately looked at his page, and the first thing I love that he worked out. I love that he worked out. I love that, because I want somebody that takes care of their body, because I take care of my body. I was like, okay, great. My teeth. Yes, I wanted a man that worked out, and I was like, okay, that's great. But then I saw them 3 kids. I was like, oh, it's a no. There's just no way. How am I gonna fit into a man's life that has 3 kids? Literally my train of thought, right? But you know what? I was like, you know, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm not really dating anybody. I feel like I need to cut this lash. It's too long. Like I said, I wasn't dating anybody. I don't know what made me just kind of give him my number because he did ask for my number. I was like, well, you know, okay. And we DM'd a little bit back and forth, but of course, as soon as I gave him my number, we kind of just, we text a little bit to my memory. And one day I was just like, you don't like FaceTiming? I was like, you don't like to FaceTime? And he was just like, yeah, we can FaceTime. And then I FaceTimed him. And yeah, it kind of, I might get a little emotional now that I'm thinking about this, because I was in such a different place when I first met him, and so was he. And we've grown so much within the past year. But yeah, we just talked. We talked. He was so sweet. When I say so sweet, he was so sweet, so nice to me. You know how someone meets you and they automatically just recognize your value? Like, it was kind of like that. Like, he seen, even if I didn't see it, he saw my light, and he would just always compliment me and just tell me how great I was. And I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, literally, you don't even know me. And what else happened towards the beginning? He prayed for me very early on. Like, he prayed not just over me, but just in general. If we were going to sleep or something, like, he prayed all the time. Like, that was one thing that also stood out to me. And I had never really dated a man that was, I guess, into the word and actually had a real relationship with God. I've met men that claim to know who they think God is, but no, it was not like that with my husband. So that was something that stood out for me. But yes, ladies, I met my husband on Instagram. He slid into my DMs, and I was not looking for him. He found me. I think he was kind of peeping me out too. He was, should I put my foundation on first? Yeah. He was kind of like peeping my Instagram before he even slid into my DMs. And I asked him, I said, so were you just, you know, looking at me? Were you looking at somebody else? And I think he had like a couple women that he was looking at, but clearly they're nowhere to be found, which is great. So yeah. So right after, I guess shortly after, you know, giving my number, we definitely, did I put primer on? I did put primer on. We, of course, planned a date. The date was kind of maybe a month, maybe about a month after we exchanged numbers. And I remember that too. He was like, cause he planned the date. He asked me what my favorite food was, and he picked the actual date. And I was like, why so far away? Like, it was like 3 weeks away. And I'm like, But anyways, it gave us time to talk. He was very, I gotta explain our first date. Yeah, so he took me to an Italian restaurant, which I absolutely love because I love Italian food. And on the first date, it's so funny because I saw some of my clients. He got there before me because clearly I was running a little behind. And as soon as I got in, I saw my clients and they were like, are you here for a date? And I'm like, yeah, I am here for a date. And he was like, is that him over there? And I'm like, yeah. It was just so funny. It was absolutely hilarious. And they were like, oh girl, he's handsome. It was just really funny how it happened. And we sat down, had our first date, and immediately first off, I'm one of those girls that I have to be, I can't grow to find you, like, I have to like you right off the bat. Like, some women, we're like, okay, I think we're delusional sometimes. Some women are like, okay, well, I can grow to like him. No, you cannot. Like, no, that like causes resentment. Absolutely not. But right off the bat, there was chemistry. I found him very, very attractive. It was just a vibe. Like, he was like, hi. I think he said something like, hey, Miss Janelle. And it was just, I was like, oh, do I see a little shoulder muscle there? Do I see a little bicep? It was like that. So of course I was immediately attracted to him. Do I wanna, I'm in a rush, so I'm really trying to figure out my life right now. I might have to do a part 2 of this video because I'm thinking about makeup products. I bought new makeup products and I'm trying to see if I like them. I need to grab a big fluffy brush, like a big fluffy brush. Let me see if I have one. Yeah, like this one here. So, immediately attracted to him, and we just sat down and we talked. We flirted, and we talked. It was great. Our first date was really, it was great. Yeah, and I flirted with him, and we just had a good time. We definitely kind of asked some of the, I guess, more important questions that you ask people on the first date, like, what was your relationship with God? And we talked about his kids and just, you know, our past a little bit. We had, that was the thing about us too. We had a lot of the important conversations early on, and that kind of helped us distinguish, you know, like the direction that we were gonna go in. I'm trying this technique with blush, and I'm trying to see if I like it. But the first date went really well. So towards the end of the date, he asked me, we were sitting across from each other, and he asked me, can I come sit next to you? I was like, yeah. I was like, of course you can come sit across, you can come sit next to me. And then he asked to kiss me. I was like, yeah. Because the date had went really well. Like, the date went really well, and he had great, like, the energy was just great. Let's just put it like that. And he kissed me, and I immediately just like kind of gravitated towards him. And he was like, so do you think you could keep this energy up? And I'm like, I'm always like this. Like, I'm always, when I'm into you, I'm like, I'm always on my man, always. A physical touch is my thing. So it was great. Our first date was great, and we've honestly been locked in ever since our first date. Should I put more blush on? It's giving yes, I should put more blush on. Our first date was absolutely amazing, and we just talked more. I had a lot of just important conversations. Is this the blush that I want? I don't know. Yeah, we just had a lot of important conversations. He was very, now one thing too that stuck out was that he had been married previously. He had been married twice previously before me. His first marriage was like when he was younger. So, you know, he was still kind of in the streets. Second marriage, he gave it his all, and it just did not work. It's hard to marry someone who you're just not on the same page with and you don't align with. And it's okay. And he was very transparent about his divorces very early on too. He kind of just, he would like tell me stuff, and I'm like, why are you telling me this? He was very transparent early on, and I loved that. It kind of let me know what I was dealing with. And he was also dealing with a lot of hurt from his previous divorce, and he was very transparent about that. He was very transparent about how he felt about certain things and how he was still grieving from it. And I kind of just let him be, if that makes any sense. I gave him room to heal. And I think that was one of the biggest things. Oh, I forgot I wanted to try a blush. What's the blush I wanted to try? I picked up these new Made by Mitchell. I am just late to the Made by Mitchell train here because I've never tried any of his stuff. I don't know if I should try a blush that's lighter, like the same shade that I just put on, or I've really been liking this corally blush. It's the shade Can't Cope with Coral. Super pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or put it in my kit. The consistency is different from what I'm used to. It's a liquid blush, but it's kind of a, this is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really pretty. It's a liquid, but it's a thicker liquid. And I'm gonna put this one like right up here. I'm trying if you guys follow Esther, I'm trying Esther's like blush technique. And I'm trying to see if I can get it together. But he was very transparent about a lot of things early on. My husband truly, long story short, he is an angel to my life. He completely changed my life for the better. He helped me just realize where I was kind of not going wrong in life, but what I needed. He helped me get closer to God. I chose to like repent for a lot of things and just surrender my life to Christ, because like I said, I was just tired. I was tired of trying to figure stuff out on my own. I was tired of trying to figure out what I thought my life looked like on my own. That's really what it is. That's really what it was. And he kind of helped me navigate through that. And here we are. I'm gonna make a part 2 to this video because I feel like I need to. I'm definitely gonna go in depth a little bit more. He's probably gonna be on my page my channel. He's definitely gonna be on here as well. What concealer should I use? My husband really just kind of saved my life. Like low-key saved my life. She puts concealer here. And then like here, and then we'll go here. And then she blends it out with a powder puff, not a sponge. And I'm a sponge girl. But my husband was great. It's crazy how just things have shifted over time. And my husband came out of nowhere. He just came out of nowhere. One thing too that a lot of people ask me, do I have any issues with the ex-wives? And I really don't. And that was one of my big concerns too, dating a man with kids. I was like, oh baby, I hear horror stories. When you say like horror stories, thank God I don't have any problems. When I say I thank God all the time, because I do think it can bring so much strain to a situation when you don't have good relationships with the mothers of your kid. Like, oh, thank you God. I gotta thank God. Thank God that I don't have any problems at all. I don't have any issues. And he also has very strong boundaries. Some men don't have boundaries when it comes to certain things like that because they probably don't know how to put boundaries in place. But he has very, very, very good, like strong boundaries. So it helps a lot actually. So yeah, I really don't have anything bad to tell you guys, but not saying it's all peaches and cream, because life is already hard as you know what it is. One of the toughest things that we had to do before we got married was we had to have tough conversations, you know, either about our past, or the toughest conversation for me was about finances. And that's always hard, but he made it so, oh my God, my husband made it so comfortable for me. And he just made it seem like, you know what, if that's what it is, okay, like he made it so easy for me. And I've only had one other relationship where I kind of talked about finance, but I've never been comfortable talking about finances to any man that I've dated. First of all, we probably never even got that far. But my husband made a lot of the tough conversations very, 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 very easy. But like I said, this ain't his first rodeo, okay? My camera definitely cut off, but it's okay. Long story short, my husband is just absolutely amazing. I will be making, because I have to leave here in 20 minutes, so I will be making a kind of a part 2 to this video, but let me know in the comments more questions that you guys want to know. Like I said, my life, it's kind of hard for me to speaking it out loud. It's crazy to look at my life and see how much it has drastically changed in the past year, and the change is not, just stay tuned. We are back on YouTube. I will definitely be making more videos. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button, share to somebody who's maybe kind of in a funk when it comes to the dating world, because I was there. It is still rough in these streets, y'all. I am so happy that I am not in the streets no more. Let me state it again. I am so happy that I'm not in the streets anymore. This is the first summer that I get to spend with my husband. I don't know how to act. Put some respect on my name. Like, that's literally how I feel, because marriage is not for the weak. A lot of women think they want marriage, and it's not for the weak. But that's another story, another face, another glam. But I will see you guys next time. Please make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and just share to anybody who's still in the streets.